What's up, y'all? So today we are reviewing this brand new kids book sent over to me called The Adventures of the Young Princess Promise today on BZAR Product Review. Stay tuned. What's up, y'all? I am BZAR, and today we are reviewing a kids book that got sent over to me called The Adventures of Young Princess Promise. Now, this kids book, I gotta say, is pretty interesting to me because it reminds me of like young graphic novels for kids. Being such a graphic novel fan myself, I'm always looking on ways to like get kids interested in graphic novels in early, because if I ever do have kids, I want them to love comic books just as much as I love comic books, hopefully. Now, this book has its own story that is very unique to itself. One of the big examples of this is right off the back, the first page. It tells you that it takes place on a planet called Rom. I've never heard of any planet called Rom. I'm betting you've never heard of a planet called Rom either. So I like the fact that it's setting itself to be a different type of story. One of the other things within the story that I like is that it's very big on world building outside of the 3 to 4 characters that were met. So we're introduced to at least 3 characters. So we're introduced to Princess Promise and her 2 friends. But outside of that, they speak about some of the people that are within the kingdom and some of the other expanding world around them, as such as the landscape, some of the actual tools and things that they use, and some of the creatures that they find. And that lets us kind of see this world from the eyes and perspective of these 3 little girls as they explore and adventure together within this story. And I like that. I always love original content. Since I myself am always creating original, unique stories, I love when I'm sent original, unique stories of any kind. There's a lesson to the book that's being clearly stated at the end of the book, as well as quizzes, puzzles, and games, and even a glossary to explain some of the words and some of the world building things spoken about, so that way everything can kind of be understood and you can kind of expand on how this world is in your mind. One of the things I kind of didn't like about the product, though, is that in this new age, there's gotta be a digital attachment element to all products these days. I think that it's the best way to consistently build that fan engagement, because although I'm gonna say that I don't know enough about this product right now to know if there's like more stuff out there. So if there's more to the story, if there's additional stories that go along with the Adventures of Young Princess Promise, that'd be actually really cool outside of this one. I know that this one says that it's volume 1, but I'm saying if there's additional stories that go along with this universe, it says that it's a part of the Law Cunningham Crowan Chronicles universe for children of Ed. But I didn't see any like back page, other issues you could buy or anything like that, which is usually what I see in a series that has additional prints or additional stories for like young adults, teens, stuff like that. So that's something that I really would like to see added. If there are additional books or things I could buy, because you should definitely put that on the back page, so that way when someone's flipping through that, they know that there's more stories, there's more attachments. At least always have the poster for the next thing you've got going ready to go, so people can always start to visualize like there's always going to be another project or something else on the way out. But I do love the glossary. I gotta say that this is one of the things that I had to come back and really mention, because when I first read through the story, and actually for the first 2 times I read through the story, I didn't have the glossary. So I was putting together what a lot of these words meant in hopes that I got a lot of them right. For example, see, there's some of the words that are used within the story. The first time you hear them, you don't really know what they mean. Earth, Crowan, Morn, Sandialo, Scrapper, and there's a couple of other ones, and of course like the planet Rom. Other big thing that's amazing about this book is the artwork. So the artwork is very unique and very original. It reminds me of the artwork I used to see around my house from my parents. I forgot the style of artwork it is, but it was like a traditional African-American artwork style that at least that's what I believe, that I would often see a lot of painters use to paint more southern old atmospheres. But I love seeing it used and adapted to create this new atmosphere on this planet that has like 2 suns, but still has like organic vegetation life, a wolf with 2 wings. I mean, there's all kinds of like crazy creatures in here. Grab yourself one, see if you like it, see what, how you personally like the story. Leave me some notes in the comment. What did you like about the story? And tell these guys like what else they can do, because it sounds like they want to build the story out and bring you a lot more chronicles from the Crown universe, about Princess Promise and her friends and the adventures that they go on. But you know, feedback on writing is one of the biggest things that allows artists to know where they should take the story, what people who are reading their story are interested in, and how they can expand their story and take it to new places. So it's always big for people to reach out to them and let them know what they love about, you know, the content that they're reading, especially when it comes to written content like this. So make sure you go out and grab yourself one of these copies. Today we reviewed The Adventures of Young Princess Promise. Now, this story is definitely built for any kid between the ages of like 5 to 10 who are trying to get reading and who are interested in reading more and original stories and something that's different than just what the general stories that might be out there. This story features 3 little girls on an adventure and them learning lessons about not only finding new friends, but how to learn how to trust your friends in the process of life. And it's a great little story. It's less than 30 to 40 pages and it's a quick read, but you know, it's something fun and easy to read, and it's got some really great drawings behind it. When it comes to like what you're seeing and what the overall lesson of the story, I gotta say that it's really just a nice like little read for any young reader that's out there. So if you're looking for a kid's book, something different to give your kid while they're in that stage of trying to read everything and trying to learn more, I would definitely recommend that you grab a copy of The Adventures of Young Princess Promise and see if your kid likes the story or not. If they do like the story, tell them to give feedback of what they would like to see for the next adventure with Princess Promise, because I know that they would love to hear more. Original content creators are always looking for feedback from people who love what they're reading from them, so that way they know where to take the story and what people are interested in seeing from their characters. So make sure that you reach out to these guys if you love what you read. I'm not going to tell you guys the story because I don't want to give spoilers of any kinds when it comes to something like this. I think every original content creator should have the chance to have their story told. Go out there and check it out, guys. And if you would like to grab your copy, there is a link in the description below. My name is BZAR, and this is another BZAR product review. Peace.